Well, we got new music for those of you who do not listen to the podcast. And I think it's fire, so I'm going to use it here and there for the 10-minute sports report. I am your host, Captain Boring. This is your 10-minute sports report. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you are watching on YouTube, well, that's the only way you're listening to this 10-minute sports report. Since you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to just hit that like button down below you. Hit that subscribe button that's down below you. And hit that share button and share me with your family and friends. And have them be more literate in their sports world, or in the sports world, for all you sports fans that might have people in your life that aren't as up to date with sports as you would like. It's only 10 minutes a day, and then this will probably run 15. I got a lot for you. I realized that I didn't do anything since last Tuesday. So it's been almost a week. We've had college football. We've had NFL. What I'm going to do with NHL, NBA is I'm going to look at the standings. I'm going to get you all caught up with what the teams did, but I'm not going to go back day by day by day because that's like a week and that's a lot. And to be honest, I just don't want to do that. Let's start with some college football though, because why else not? I'm wearing my Michigan gear, and I'm wearing it loud, and I am wearing it proud, ladies and gentlemen. On Saturday, the number 3 Michigan Wolverines had a bone to pick with the Ohio State Buckeyes, and they picked that bone clean. They come away 30-24 winners. They outrushed Ohio State, and that was the key to the game. In the last 21 meetings, the team who won the game won the rushing battle, and that was true again on Saturday. Michigan will face Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. All right, now we'll go back to Thursday night. Number 12 Ole Miss, in their rivalry game, the Egg Bowl, beat Mississippi State 17-7. Mississippi State then fired their head coach. I want to say Will Arnett. However, that's not right. It was Zach Arnett. And yesterday, they just hired Oklahoma offensive coordinator Jeff Lebby to be Mississippi State's next head coach. Oregon in the Civil War beat Oregon State at home 31-7 to punch their ticket to the Pac-12 championship game against Washington. Oregon State is in the news because their head coach, Jonathan Smith, took the Michigan State head coach coaching job just a day later while the Michigan-Ohio State game was playing. Texas punched its ticket to the Big 12 title game with a 57-7 rout of Texas Tech. The nephew of Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, the grandson of Arch Manning, Archie Manning, Arch Manning is his name, got into the game and made some scrambles, made some throws. Nothing too impressive, but he got into the game, and all of Texas is happy. Number 9, Missouri just routed unranked Arkansas 48-14. Number 11, Penn State shut out Michigan State in the Dome in Detroit, the Lions home field, 42-0. Number 13, Oklahoma hung 69 on TCU in a 69. Oh, wow. Actually, TCU put up a lot of points in the second half. 69-45 was the final score there. Wow, that was a high scoring game. That might be the highest scoring game of the year. Wow. Leave it till last weekend. Anyway, Oklahoma will not take on Texas in the Big 12 title game. I'll get to who will in just a minute. Number 17, Iowa defeated unranked Nebraska 13-10. Tulane punched its ticket to the AAC championship game against SMU 29-16 over UTSA. Number 1, Georgia in a one-score game at Georgia Tech 31-23, but do prevail. Number 4, Washington beat Washington State on a last-second field goal 24-21. Number 5, Florida State, with their backup quarterback Tate Rodemaker beat Florida on the road 24-15, overcoming a 12-point deficit in the second quarter. Number 8 Alabama had a 4th and goal from the 31-yard line, down 4, and came back to win with 40 seconds left. Came back and beat Auburn through a touchdown pass. Auburn invents new ways to lose against Alabama, 27-24. Kentucky beat 10th ranked Louisville, an upset, 38-31. Number 14 LSU hung 42 on Texas A&M, whose new coach is former Duke head coach Mike Elko. That's who got the Texas A&M job, 42-30. Number 15 Arizona beat Arizona State, 59-23. Number 18 Notre Dame beat unranked Stanford, 56-23. Iowa State beat 19 ranked Kansas State in a blizzard out there in Kansas, 42-35. Number 20 Oklahoma State rallies from a 24-6 deficit to beat BYU 40-34 in double overtime, punching its ticket to play Texas in the Big 12 championship game. Number 21 Tennessee routs Vanderbilt 48-24. Number 22 NC State finishes off the Drake May era in North Carolina with a W, 39-20 over the Tar Heels. Number 24 Clemson did not score an offensive touchdown, but beat the South Carolina Gamecocks 16-7. And finally, number 25 Liberty will take on New Mexico State in the Conference USA Championship game, but they beat UTEP 42-28. I will try to do this later in the week, ladies and gentlemen, to get you all set for championship weekend that is coming up. All the conferences have championship game. It should be very exciting. So tune in later in the week for a 10-minute sports report and catch an all-new episode of the 4th and 1 podcast Thursday, Friday, right before kickoff, Friday night, to get the breakdown of all the conferences. Now, let's flip over to some NFL action. So on Thanksgiving, the Packers beat the 8-2 Lions at the time, 29-22. The Cowboys crushed the Commanders, 49-10. The 49ers dominated the Seahawks, 13. The Dolphins on Friday beat the Jets, 34-14. On Sunday, the Chiefs beat the Raiders, 31-17. The Eagles had two 10-point comebacks in the second half. Two separate times they were down 10 points, and they beat the Bills 37-34 in overtime. The Falcons beat the Saints 24-15. The Steelers, for the first time in 2 years, had over 400 yards of offense in a 16-10 win over the Bengals. Titans beat the Panthers. The Panthers then fired their head coach, offensive coordinator, running backs coach, quarterbacks coach, the whole 9 yards today, 17-10. The Colts beat the Buccaneers 27-20. The Giants beat the Patriots 10-7, and the Patriots fall to 2-9. The Jaguars beat the Houston Texans to improve to 8-3 and second seed in the AFC, 24-21. The Broncos have, after giving up 70 in week 3, are now 6-5 in the playoffs if the season ended today with a 29-12 win over the Browns. The Rams beat the 2-10 Cardinals 37-14, and the Ravens last night on Sunday Night Football improved to 9-3 by dropping the Chargers 20-10. Coming at you tonight is Monday Night Football's Bears versus the Vikings. Alrighty, let's look at the NBA standings. So, in the Eastern Conference, the 76ers are 6-4 in their last 10. They are now the 4th seed. They are 1.5 games back of first place. In first place are the Boston Celtics, who are 8-2 in their last 10. The Orlando Magic are 1 game back. They on a 7-game winning streak and are 8-2 in their last 10. I did not know that. That's incredible. The Orlando Magic, they suck. 7-3 in their last 10 are the Milwaukee Bucks on a 2-game winning streak. Then it's the Sixers. You got the Indiana Pacers, then 3 games back of first place and a game and a half behind the Sixers for that 4th seed. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 9-8, 4 games back of first place. They're 2.5 games back of the 76ers for they're 4 games back of first place, 2.5 games back of 4th place. They're currently 8th seed, so they would play the 7-8 matchup, which would be the New York Knicks. If they won that, they would be the 7th seed. It's a whole playoff situation. I'm not getting into it. They're 9-8. They're 4 games back of first place. In the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets are 500. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They did win their last game. They're 1.5 game back of the Minnesota Timberwolves for first place. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 8-2 in their last 10, along with the Phoenix Suns, who are on a 7-game winning streak and who are also 8-2. Let's flip over to some hockey news in the standings here. The Colorado Avalanche are on a 3-game winning streak. In their last 10, they are 7-3-0. They have 28 points. They are atop the Western Conference Central Division Conference. Well, they're in the Western Conference, so it'll be the Central Division, I guess. They're 14-6-0, 28 points, 2 games ahead of the Dallas Stars, who have 26 points, who are 12-5-2. In the Pacific, the Vegas Golden Knights are 4-5-1 on a 1-game losing streak. They have 30 points. They're 14-5-2 overall. They are 1 point ahead of the Los Angeles Kings. The Seattle Kraken are 4-3-3 in their last 10. They're 8-9-5 overall with 21 points sitting in that 4th place. And then finally, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams, the Anaheim Ducks fall to 5th place, or 3rd from the bottom. They're 2-8 on a 6-game losing streak. That is rough. They are 9-12-0 with 18 points. And so they're 12 points off the pace for first place and 3 points behind the Kraken. Alrighty, well, I brought you all the news from the last week. Again, Michigan beat Ohio State. It was glorious, as it normally is. I've been your host, Captain Boyne. Tune into an all brand new episode of the Fourth One podcast. I will try to bring you another rendition of the 10-minute sports report on Wednesday. Get back to that Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of vibes, but we'll see how it goes. You know how life is, ladies and gentlemen. Comment down below. Since you've made it this far, if you're going to comment down below, Thanksgiving, best part about your Thanksgiving, okay? Not even a week old, not even it's like 5 days old. Best part about it. Name it down below. Until that time, remember, God loves you. I pray God bless you. Do not forget to wash those hands because y'all are filthy animals. Bye.